418 H Avenue in Coronado. Going to start here at the back of the property. We've got this detached garage back here. The shingles are in similar condition to the main house, and so I'll show you those, but I want to start here underneath the eaves. Show you that not sure if the rafter tails were cut off the last time this property was, or this structure was roofed, or if it was built that way. But ideally we would have those rafter tails extend another foot and provide some structural integrity to this plywood that obviously holds up the roof. So we could have quite a bit of basically structural reinforcement that happens here, where we sister on new rafter tails all the way around this building and basically provide some structural support to that overhang. Pretty wild that as old as this plywood is, it's never been painted for the entire time it's been up there. Typically we don't see plywood in the eaves. We see starter board, which looks better and is a little bit thicker. Typically the nails will show through on plywood. Maybe this is really thick, like 3/4 inch plywood, because I don't see any nails popping through. Let's move on. First thing I notice from the ground on this home is this really awesome exterior crown. And that crown is always concerning, because if we find some damage by dry rot or termites or anything like that, it's very hard to find a replacement the same shape on a property this old. And so what we've done in the past is, we had probably 50% of it was bad and damaged. We ended up replacing it all just to get it to match. And it's safe to assume that this is an addition over here. I actually see a little extra detail on that crown. I don't think they're identical, that one and this one. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and jump up on the roof and take a look at what we see up there. The home looks very well maintained. Looks like that crown does have a fresh coat of paint on it. We did just do a house in Point Loma, probably similar era home, and same concern, that exterior crown, and surprisingly we didn't find any that needed to be replaced, which was kind of a miracle. All right, we got a 3-tab asphalt shingle, life expectancy of 20 to 25 years, and I would put this roof right about that age. So I would say we are right there at kind of when we would expect to need to replace this roof. Front of the house is southwest facing, so it gets a lot of sun exposure, has a lot of wear and tear, exposed fiberglass, granule loss. You can see that kind of shine from the street depending on how you catch it at an angle. That shine is the exposed fiberglass that reinforces these shingles. Roof appears to be installed professionally. No major kind of installation errors or anything like that. The courses are nice and straight. The nailing pattern appears to be done correctly. All the flashings are intact and look good. It could probably use some more ventilation. I see one dormer vent here and one dormer vent on the addition. Depending on if it's vaulted or whatnot inside, which I don't know. We should probably put 4 to 6 roof vents on this house when it gets re-roofed. It does have drip edge. Drip edge is this white piece of metal here between the shingles and that crown molding. And that's been required by building code for about 25 years or so. We get back onto the addition, and it looks like a little bit of damage has been caused by this tree. Anytime the tree branches rub the roof for a while, it creates that wear and tear right there. It's safe to assume this is plywood sheathing back here, whereas it's really thick deck boards up there. The plywood has a lot of give to it walking up here, and then we start to find there's a hole there, so that's an active leak as we speak. And then that's what created that hole. That's a nail that's backed out of the plywood, so it could be OSB that is delaminating that's causing those nails to back out. But chances are the harder we look, the more we find of those nails backing out. That's another one right there. So that's a really soft spot in the plywood. So yeah, it does feel like there might be some delamination issues, to where when we rip this roof off, I might suggest just resheeting the whole thing. Chimney, it's hard to say if there's step flashing in there. I'm not sure if it's flashed properly. but it doesn't appear to be any active leaks around it. And then as long as this has been here, it was never waterproof. That flashing was never installed properly, and it was never sealed to the riser pipes there. And then give you a little view of the detached garage. Appears to be the same shingle in very similar condition. And so active leaks, very minor from a couple nail holes, but definitely right there at its life expectancy and needs to be replaced before it's got some catastrophic failures.